In today's video, I'll be giving you 20 things that you could do on the Hive when you're bored. How this video is going to work is I'm going to do 2 things for all of the games, and I'm also going to do 2 generic things at the end. So yeah. In traditional DannyIsDahBomb fashion, I'm going to be starting with the first game, survival games, and going left to right. So the first thing that you can do when you're bored is go for 10 kills in survival games. This one is actually a pretty hard one because sometimes people die right off spawn, or sometimes you don't do well or don't get very good stuff and people steal your kills, but it's a fun challenge to do if you want to challenge yourself and just go for a cool little record, and also you get XP, so that's pretty cool. The second thing you can do in survival games is go for the best stuff in the game, which is actually a pretty difficult challenge because it is based off of luck. In survival games, you can get a diamond helmet, diamond sword, and diamond boots, and iron chestplate and iron leggings, and that is the best stuff in the game, and it's kind of a fun challenge to go for because it's kind of rare. Also, this is funny. I didn't do it, I promise. I didn't cheat. Now on to game number 2, Murder Mystery, where the first thing to do when you're bored is to try and gather 50 coins. It's actually pretty difficult if the murderer is really bad and they don't kill anyone, but if you manage to survive and the murderer kills everyone else but you, and then you can get all the coins, or if the murderer doesn't actually die, you can actually do this. Not too difficult, but it is hard when people steal your coins, so that's one to do. Thing number 2 is to try and kill the murderer as fast as possible. This would either include getting the sheriff or getting 10 coins and killing the murderer. You can kind of do time trials with yourself and see how fast you can kill him, or if you're the murderer, you can see how fast you can kill everyone in the game and keep track of personal best. You can keep track of your times and try and beat your high score and just have fun trying to see how fast you can kill the murderer and see if you can end up beating your record, which is kind of makes it more fun than just getting coins like this. Now on to game number 3, Treasure Wars. Not everyone will be able to do the first one for Treasure Wars, because the first thing is grind for level 100. They recently added level 100 to Treasure Wars, and you can try to grind for it if you are bored. If you already have max level in Treasure Wars, you can go for leaderboards. So for the people that are already level 100, you guys can grind for leaderboards and try and get yourself on the monthly leaderboards, and just see how many wins you can get in a month. Now on to game number 4, which is Skywars. One thing you can do in Skywars is try to trap. Like this person.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine.
Who I just got to fall in their own trap. That's pretty funny. One important skill you can work on is block trapping, because block trapping is actually really useful and it's not easy at all, so it's a good thing to practice and try and get good at. Another thing you can try and do is give yourself custom challenges. I recently made a video with Falbin doing custom challenges on Skywars, and it was really funny, and they were also hard to complete. Custom challenges are fun, and they're also difficult, so they take time to complete, and there are endless possibilities as much as you can imagine. Whatever you can think of is a challenge that you can try to do. Now on to the Hive's limited time mode, Block Drop. For Block Drop, one challenge that you can give yourself is to go for as many power-ups as possible. They give you XP, and they also give you cool things like Nemos, which are funny, and who doesn't like Nemos? So going for power-ups is something you can do. Another thing in Block Drop is just going for max level. There is a limited time costume, and when the game's gone, no one else will be able to get it. Now for the best game mode on the Hive, Just Build. Everyone loves this one. Everyone. Even you! That's cap, but you get the point. If you're actually one of those people that really like Just Build, which I know a portion of you guys may actually be, one thing you can do is try to get a personal best score. This challenge definitely isn't for everyone, but for the people that like Just Build, going for the best score possible, trying to get a perfect score is a fun challenge, which is probably rare because people don't vote fairly, but that's why it's a thing to do when you're bored. Thing number 2 for Just Build is the Hive actually has hosted build competitions before, which I think is pretty cool. Isn't this just the best library you've ever seen in your life? This is just boredom, honestly. My favorite game mode, hide and seek. I love this one. That was a joke if you thought I was serious, but you know, at least they have it. For hide and seek, a fun challenge to go for is try and get 108 taunt points. Thing number 2 is to try and kill the seeker. It's nearly impossible, well, unless you have an entire army of people and it's AFK, but if you're really that bored and you want something to do, try and kill the seeker. It might actually happen if they're just really that not amazing. I don't know about you guys, when I play Death Run, I just chill, think of video ideas, listen to music, watch YouTube, and just have a a time like that. But for players like me who are already level 40 and are probably bored of it, I have a few things for you. Challenge number 1 is to time yourself and try and make your own records. Unfortunately, the Hive doesn't do it for you, but it'd be really cool if you keep track of your own times and try and beat your high scores and keep track for every map. The second thing you could do is try and do a no leap challenge. I did this a long time ago for a video before I actually made full-time Hive content, and you have to try and win the game without using any leaps at all. It is very rage-inducing, but it's also pretty funny as well. Now on to custom servers, a place where it's kind of endless possibilities in theory, even though it's not endless, but you get the point. In a custom server, you can try and create your own custom game mode. Try to come up with your own, and if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see your ideas for custom game modes I can try on stream. And thing number 2 is, speaking of streams, you could join YouTubers CS, because YouTubers do CS all the time on here, and you can join them. And now for the final 2, which are just going to be generic things to do on your board. Thing number 1 is try to speedrun all games. There's actually an entire website about speedrunning, and you can try and speedrun every game and try and see how fast you can win every game. There are a bunch of speedrunning challenges you can do on there, and speedrunning is something to do when you're bored, and it's a fun thing to do sometimes. It's also rage-inducing, but it keeps you occupied if you're bored. And last but not least, this one is going to be pretty self-explanatory. Make content on the Hive. Honestly, I wouldn't be as motivated to play Hive as I am if I didn't make content on there, and it is super easy. All you need is a computer or even mobile. There are tons of mobile YouTubers. OBS is free, and you can make your own content. Definitely suggest doing that because it gives you something to do, and it's fun. I think so. So those are all my 20 things in today's video. If you want to see more, make sure to like the video, and I'll give you more things to do on your board. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe. Goodbye.